Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bets. Today we're checking out Popular Mechanics, March 1983. Checking out nice yellow Corvette. Is it true that all Corvettes have the same frame? That sounds like some fun. Apparently, they are also all fiberglass. I've seen somebody sand it down to repaint or something like that. Didn't work out as well as he thought it would. Now, primarily what we do here is we take a look to see how technology and societies have changed. We have Sears. I don't think Sears is even a thing so much anymore. The car, 9 out of 10 would buy again. The Ford, is that a Pinto? Nah. Speed stick deodorant. We got advertisements for the most mundane things in here. I don't even think you get deodorant advertisements at all unless it's Old Spice, and those ads are freaking hilarious. Here we have some gentlemen going up a mountain just so they can enjoy a cigarette without pissing off their wives. Advertisement for Quaker State Oil back in the day. Wait, Quaker State, I just realized. Quakers, like the individuals? What, have they mashed up a bunch of Quakers and made oil out of them? What's going on with that? Anyways, it's interesting. They are advertising as if this is somebody that you know. It's that old gentleman that really knows this, that, or the other thing. And actually, that's a truck that's the type of truck that I know many men have driven who have raised me, and I would probably trust the advertiser. Hey, it's working on me. Get me some of that Quaker State oil. Professional service means a lot to me, says the land service individual. Good job, sir. Well, that's a hell of a lawnmower at the bottom right. Never seen one quite like that. Why would anyone want to do drugs when they could just mow the lawn, says Mr. Hank Hill. Okay. CR tiller. Oh, it's a tiller. That means you can use that to in your garden, right? Nice. Okay, I've never seen one quite like that before. I love it. Industrial electronics with color computer. Color computer, can you imagine? And a circuit board building robot. I love that. Used to know a guy who had a bunch of these things through Siemens, and they manufacture BlackBerry in Canada. Handcrafted excitement, handcrafted fun. Put it together with the power of your hands. This is just a chassis, I believe, right? You get another car and then you build something over it. Fun for the whole family. I bet as much fun as shopping at IKEA with the whole family. Ah, check it out. I got the Pac-Man fever. Fever for the wallpaper. Does anyone use wallpaper anymore? Is that like a boomer thing these days? I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone just has drywall and paints these days. Man, try to get a stain out of drywall. That is not fun. Clearly, Joe Camel's a married man. He tries to get away from the women while he smokes, or maybe he just wants to get away from them just so he can enjoy some peace and quiet. Man, I bet he has some pretty good cardio walking out there. I gotta work on that myself. You can tell this might be the early 80s because once again we have a lot of watercolor art and not so much airbrush. Holy fur, that looks like the gun that Joker used in The Dark Knight or the Batman movie, the one from the early 90s. Once again, there's that Heath educational robot, the Hero 1, where you can help your buddies with the robotic arm. Just watch the grip. Cool cigarettes, because the cigarettes you smoke mean you are a particular type of individual. It's not just a break, it's a style. I swear that guy looks like Paul Bearer, the Undertaker's manager in WWF. The Dodge Ram Miser. We don't use that word so much anymore. Most kids have never heard of that unless they watch one particular Christmas video, the Snow Miser and the Heat Miser. Yeah, I gotta say, I got a lot of respect for those old Rams. Yeah, that's not the best way to get into a master lock, that's for sure. You probably have better luck with a fine needle point file and a whole lot of time. But I don't think anyone's ever really broken into a master lock by taking a single shot at it, that's for sure. Lock-picking lawyer, he can get into anything. He's gotten into one of these real quick. That was one of the first videos of his I ever saw. You might want to check him out, the lock-picking lawyer on YouTube. The new Ford Bronco. Never been in one of these. Don't have any opinions on it, but it looks pretty cool. Actually, it kind of looks a bit small. Like, a little bit cute. I better not let any Ford fans hear me say that. The Saturn V, Saturn V, state-of-the-art signal interpreter. Basically, we have a whole bunch of signals moving through us, for example. And back in the day, some of those signals were for televisions, and they came in scrambled. This thing would descramble them so you could watch paid TV without having to pay the monthly fee. These days, everyone loves monthly fees, right? You'll own nothing and you'll like it. Nothing runs like a deer, apparently. I knew some guys that hated John Deere. Yeah, John Deere's like that thing. You either really hate it or you really love it. There's no middle ground at all. America's truck, Ford tough. I get someone asking me to get all the truck advertisements, so I try to make sure that I do that for them. 1981-82 DeLorean. DeLorean gets a lot of time in popular mechanics, which is interesting. Didn't go as far as we all wanted it to. You can still get new DeLoreans made these days. The gentleman that made them is no longer in business. You can always tell you have a first generation because there's no strap there. It was difficult to reach up and pull that door down, so they ended up putting a strap on there. Strap on. And here he is, the classic Marlboro Man. I'm used to him wearing a lot of yellow, but he's got red today. Yeah. Compound bow was probably a newer thing about this time. I don't think compound bows have been around forever. I definitely never seen any of these in the 70s. Looks very 90s to me, I tell you what, Bobby. Oh, here we go with the early airbrush. Not as much detail as the later stuff, but I fergin' love it. And here we see the different Corvettes, 1973 to 82. Nice. Yeah, definitely I seen some different frames here. Maybe they meant the newer ones. I wonder if the older ones had a metal body. Here comes the assembly line genes. Oh, that's some scary stuff. Y'all see the movie Gattaca? There is no gene for the human spirit until they find that gene for determination and force of will. Awesome. Awesome. That is one cool weather forecast station, I must say. I love it. And here's something you won't see so much these days, actual schematics of all of the things so you can make it yourself. We should have more of these things, but hell, these days kids don't even seem interested in woodworking or working with their hands for the most part. They all want to work with AI on computers or play video games. Hell, we don't even have sports teams so much anymore. I guess we do. I shouldn't say that. We all have sports teams, but esports is becoming a thing. Like, really? Really? Electronic sports, video games? Here we're seeing some of the older RVs. Some of the RVs that we just don't see anymore because it costs a lot of money to house these things, to save them. And I keep wondering, whenever I run across an old RV, whenever I walk into an old RV, usually the first thing I smell is mouse piss. I wonder if it's the same thing for cars that are stored away for long periods of time. I mean, you can get those bubbles for them, but that's not going to stop a mouse. Lieutenant Falcon. I want one of these so bad. I don't think I'd ever be able to drive one. I think I'd be able to handle something like this, but not the air cruiser. The swinger. Oh, okay. All right. Getting to the swing of things, are we? Don't think I would be so safe in that one. Yeah, I'd probably find a way to fall out of that pretty quickly. The bike that ate up the city, conceived as a mountain bike, the flat tire flyer is an ideal commuter. Okay, I don't think that helmet's gonna save you from New York or Toronto traffic, that's for sure. I know too many people that have gotten into a rough time. Oh, that is lovely. Yeah, okay, I ate crap one time while being on a speed bike and hitting one of those grades. It happens. Pepperidge Farm remembers. The S10 conquers Baja. Tough Chevy trucks taking charge. Nice. Holy ferg, you can take the whole family and your neighbor's family along in one of those Buick LeSabres. I wonder what the reliability on one of those things were. I hear they had a lot of power, but I wonder what the reliability was. Once again, it's really interesting, the mundane stuff that they sell here, huh? That was a big deal at one time. Oh, here's my favorite. The gas turbine jet engine. I always wanted to stick two of those on a tricycle and fire off down the road and see where God took me. Little dune buggy in the sand. And finishing off things very 80s with a Mazda Miata. Is that a Miata? And a digital watch. Very nice. No, it's not a Miata. That's a Mazda B2000 Sundown. Okay, well, if it works. And that's it from me, folks. And that from Nest Tack Bits. I'll tell you one thing that'll never change. Corvettes are frickin' awesome. They can be from the 90s, the 80s, and man, those ladies will be like, purr. Well, have fun, folks. Take it easy. And take care of each other.